Hi, grade 2, Miss Roy here with your first Making Words lesson. So I'm going to get started. These are the things you're going to need for our lesson today. You're going to need something to write with. You're going to need a blank piece of paper. And you're going to need to create these letter tiles. And since we have been keeping track of which letters are vowels, I want you to color the vowels with red. So it can be crayon, it can be marker. I just want you to indicate that this is a vowel by putting some red on the square. So I'm going to give you a chance to pause the video here so that you can make a letter tile for I, E, P, T, S, S, and R. So you can go ahead and pause right here. All right, now that you have your supplies ready, we're going to get started. So the lesson today is discussing the sounds that these vowels can make. So we can use the letter I along with a consonant to make different sounds. So if we have I, R together, that makes the sound If we have I and P and E together, that makes the sound ipe. So this is an example of bossy E. So right here, this E is bossy. It makes the I say its name, which is I, and then the E stays silent. So this is an example of bossy E right here, ipe. All right, so to get started, just move your tiles to the side and choose your space that you're going to be making words on. So I'm going to make my words right here. The first word we're going to make is 3 letters. It's the word sir. Try and make sir on your own. S, I, R. I hope that's what you had. That is the word sir. We're going to write sir on our paper. Very good. For this next word, you're going to change one letter to make the word sit. Please sit down. You should have changed to a T. S-I-T. Sit. For this next word, you're going to change one letter to make the word sip. I am going to sip on my water. And you should have changed to a P. S-I-P spells sip. For this next word, you're going to change the order and change one letter. Oh, no, the order stays the same. My mistake. You're just changing one letter to make the word rip. I made a rip on the paper. And you should have changed the first letter to an R. R-I-P spells rip. All right, this next word has 4 letters. And it's the word ripe. Ripe. That banana is ripe. And you should have added an E. So here we have an example of bossy E. R-I-P. So we're going to write ripe. For this next word, you're changing one letter to make the word sight. Let's go to that campsite. Oh, my mistake. You're changing 2 letters. 2 letters to make sight. So you should have changed the R and the P to an S and a T. That says sight. Let's go to that campsite. For this next word, you're just changing the order of the letters. So change it to the word ties. My shirt ties at the front. Ties. And you should have changed the order to T-I-E-S. So another example of how to make the I sound, this is no longer bossy E because there's not a letter in the middle of the 2 vowels. This is just an I and an E making the sound I. So we have t, eyes, ties. So let's write that down. You're going to change one letter to make the word pies. Let's eat some pies for dessert. And you should have changed to a P, pies. All right, you're going to put all your words down because this next word is not related to the ones we've been spelling so far. You're going to use 4 letters to make the word stir. Can you stir the pasta? Stir. So you should have put S, T, that makes the sound st, I, and R, which makes the sound So we have stir. Let's write it down, stir. All right, you're going to change one letter and change the order to make the word trip. Let's go on a trip. So you're going to need to create a new blend, which is TR, tr, and then ip. IP together says ip. So we have tr, ip. We'll write it on our list. All right, you're going to be adding one letter to make the word strip. There is a strip of dirt on the floor. So you should be adding the S. So this is another blend, ST. ST makes the sound st, st. So we have strip. And it can sound like there's an H happening in there. The way we move our mouth when we say this word, strip, it does sound a lot like SH. So that's why it's important to know the sounds that this blend can make. All right, you're going to put all of your letters back because this next word is not related. We're getting into the long words now. This one has 6 letters. It's the word sister. Sister. So you should have S, I, S, and you can see this says sis. Now we need to make ter, t. And then of course ER makes the sound So we have sister, sister. Let's write it on our paper. All right, again, this next word is not related, so we're going to start over. This word also has 6 letters, and it's the word ripest. So if you remember how we spelled ripe, which was like rip with an E, how can we change that to ripest? Which banana is the ripest? So you can hear that same blend of ST, st, ripest. I'll put it on our list. All right, 2 words left. So this next word, we are going to keep these letters and move them into a different order to make the word stripe. Stripe. So you can hear at the beginning our blend, st. And then again, the word ripe is inside of there. So you can see there's ripe. Stripe. Stripe. And I wonder if you figured out that our secret word is stripes. So we'll write on our list stripe and stripes. So there are our words that we have made for today. And we're now going to go into the second part of our lesson. If you do not have time to do both parts right now, you can stop the video here and pick back up when you have some time. All right, for those of us that are going to continue, we are going to now sort and transfer the words. So we are looking for the words that go in similar categories. And right off the beginning, I did forget to tell you guys that you will need scissors for this part. So you can pause now to get those if you'd like. Once you have your scissors, we're going to cut these words out because we need to sort them into groups or word families. So remember, at this point, we're talking about words that end the same. These letters have a lot, or these words have a lot in common because they all share the same letters. So we're not looking for words that are alike. We're looking for words that end the same. Okay, so we're going to cut these out. And if I cut a little faster than you, just go ahead and pause the video and then press play when you're ready. All right, so with our words cut out, it's time to sort them into groups. So I have sir, I have sit, I have sip. Okay, so here is the word rip. I can see the word family is ip. Which group does that go in? And you should have put it here with sip. Those two end the same. Sip, rip. They end the same, so they're in the same word family. Now here's a tricky one. I have the word ripe. Ripe has a lot of the same letters as rip, but listen, ripe. It doesn't end the same, so it's in its own category. Sight, sight. That looks a lot like sit, but they don't sound the same on the end. So it's going to go in its own family. All right, we have a few more. Okay. We have here ties, ties. That doesn't sound the same as any, so it's a new group. Here we have pies, pies. Does that sound the same as one we've already started? That's right, look, it's the same as ties. It ends in I-E-S. Ties, pies. Stir, stir. Which family does that fit in with? I see it has some of the same letters as sit, but it doesn't sound the same. Oh, look, sir, stir. They end the same, I-R. What about this word? Trip, trip. Which word family does trip belong in? Oh, look at that. Rip and trip. They end the same. What about this one? Strip, strip. Well, look at that. We have just added a letter to rip. Rip, trip, strip. Every time adding a letter. And see how they end the same? I-P. They're in a word family together. All right, what about this one? Stripe, stripe. Starts the same as stir, but it doesn't end the same, so that's not right. Sit, sip, ripe. Oh, wait a minute. Ripe, stripe. They end the same. They're in a word family together. And that is all of the words that sound the same. Or sorry, those are the words in their word families. So the last part is going to be us coming up with the rhyming words for two of our favorite word families. So, all right, so the last part of our making words, we're going to choose our two favorite word families and come up with as many rhymes as we can think of. So today we're going to use the, pardon me, my mistake, the IR word family and the IT word family. So it's going to be your job to think of as many rhymes as you can that fit into the IR family. So right here we have sir, and for the it we have sit. So for example, if I was trying to think of one to come up with for the IR family, I might add stir because it ends in IR. And for the it family, I might write the word kit because it ends with IT. So think of as many rhyming words as you can, and that will be the assignment that you submit for this lesson. So thanks for hanging around for our Making Words Lesson 1, and I'll see you guys online.